Hey guys, you're listening to Way Out Radio with me, DJ Paula Frost. How you doing out there? You know we've got the best punk, ska and reggae around, and we've got a very special treat for you right now on the show. We're talking to an up-and-coming artist called Delilah Bon. She's been singing since she was 12 when she started going viral on YouTube, gaining millions of views. And you may know her for fronting the grungy punk band Hands Off Gretel, or for her solo career under her real name of Lauren Tate, but now she's here to tell us all about her new alter ego, Delilah Bon.
Hello. Wow, you did your research.
That's my thing. Delilah Bon's I Don't Listen to You came out on International Women's Day, which is also your birthday. So happy birthday.
Yeah.
To start off with, like, who are some of your most inspiring women from history and from music?
I'd say Pink. Pink was
Yeah.
massively inspirational to me
I could see
at
that
school.
vibe.
Yeah. She was just my idol completely at school. She was everything. And then Janis Joplin, Joan Jett. I really loved Courtney Love and Hole and Bikini Kill, Kathleen Hanna. And then when it comes to rap as well, some current absolute idols are like Princess Nokia or Rico Nasty. I honestly love women so much. I could just go on and on and on.
Excellent. That's a cool start. So what was your day like? So it was International Women's Day, it was your single release and your birthday. What did you get up to?
Oh, well, it was stressful. It's always stressful. I was filming the music video at the same time, which was a bad idea. I'd been filming for 5 days in a row for a music video that's not come out yet. And then I was also releasing I Don't Listen to You. So it was stressful. It was good. I like being busy, but next time I don't recommend I do that. I think I should definitely just sit back, get a Budweiser and enjoy it. I was exhausted. It was good though. It was nice to do so much and get it out for International Women's Day. So,
cool.
I'm glad I did it.
Excellent. No, I really admire your work ethic. It's absolutely amazing because I've seen like you grow over the last few years, and you just like you're so DIY. And to be honest, like I've been up to like the major labels like Warner Brothers and been through their offices, like interviewing bands, and I'm just like, just give me an insight. What's their schedule today? And they're just like literally filming a million videos on a phone for every single like social media platform, like in a row, like, hi guys, we're this band, swipe up for this. And they're doing what you're doing in a way, but like they just got someone to tell them what to do, so you're saving like millions of pounds potentially.
Yes. Yeah, I don't want to change it. Like I enjoy being DIY because it means I can be completely in control. I decide what I do every single day, but then also it's kind of hard if you have a day where you just feel exhausted or you feel depressed. It's really difficult to think, come on, do it, Lauren, get up. but I managed to get a lot done because I feel so driven that I can.
Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of the same way. I feel like if I take a day off, I'm always like cheating myself because I think to myself like, you're not there yet. You know what your vision is. Get that vision.
Yes. I think that's the thing. Like when you want something so big, like if you take a day off, you just think, I'm wasting my time. I need to work. And my mom always tells me, she's like, Lauren, you need to take a break. And like, not because I love what I do so much, I take a break and watch a film and I'm just like, I just want to go and make music though. So.
Yeah. So how many albums have you got? So you've got your Lauren Tate stuff, the new Delilah Bon, and you've got Hands Off Gretel. So tell us about.
I have 2 Hands Off Gretel albums and I have 1 Lauren Tate album, including a full album of like demos. I called it a demo album. That's the Bedroom Sessions album that I released under Hands Off Gretel. But I did call that a demo album because at the time I was so nervous that people were going to say that my production was crap, which, I look back and I see so many mistakes I made then. But I think now with the Delilah Bon album coming out, I feel so much more confident to say that I produced it myself. I didn't produce the Hands Off Gretel ones, just my own solo ones. But yeah.
And that makes it more like Riot Girlish as well, I think, because I mean
Yeah.
that gritty sound of like those girl bands in the 90s and the punk scene like in the
Hmm.
80s. And when I listen back to stuff like Girls in Synthesis and like Bikini Kill, then I just think, ooh, that's so lo-fi, but it works.
Yeah, yeah, I did the same. It was Bikini Kill. I was listening to him, and I just thought, there's so much in this that's like wrong, but that's what I liked. I
Yeah.
liked it was raw and it made it sound doable. And I listened to it, and I can hear them in the practice room. I can hear the slightly out of tune guitars, and then when I played guitar, it's like, yeah, this is what music sounds like. It doesn't have to be this perfect, polished studio sound.
Yeah.
And I loved that they released those songs because it gives you confidence. It makes you feel it's doable.
Yeah. And somebody said something that kind of blew my mind, which it just reminded me of, which is, did you know like digital guitar tuners weren't invented until like, I don't know, I can't remember the exact date, but say like late 80s. And it's just like, do you know what that means? That means that every single musician before then that released all those classic songs,
Mm-hmm.
all of rock and roll, all of Motown, all of soul was done like by ear, which is like amazing to me.
That's crazy. Yeah, I think I Googled that recently because I was listening back to a song I'd written, and sometimes I'm in the studio for so long that I start to go a bit crazy, and I was listening thinking, why does it sound out of tune? I have tuned everything and I'm
Yeah.
listening and something's off. And then I Googled it, and then I found out that like so many tracks you do listen and they are kind of out of tune, but they work. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Eventually that feeling of craziness went away, and I realized I'd been in the studio too long.
I know, yeah, I know the feeling. So it's kind of a crazy story of how like your alter ego came about, because you said that you were on tour with your band and like some girls like reported getting like harassed or groped at shows, and it's made you like super angry. I know like Amel and the Sniffers have come out saying things are happening at their shows. It just happens a lot, and it's still rife. Like, how did that make you feel, and how did it motivate you to change things?
Well, I see it happen at every single show with girls on the stage, but I think that the behaviors is so normalized, and I just see so many girls being uncomfortable like all the time,
Mm,
but they just assume it comes with the job. And like I started to talk to the girls in bands to find out that they all felt like me. They felt uncomfortable, and none of the boys felt uncomfortable. It was just us. And then choosing to kind of speak out, I knew there'd be a backlash, and there was a backlash because people feel like victimized, especially men. The not all men thing comes out,
yeah.
and I knew that were going to happen, but I just think it is worth it because I've had to kind of be uncomfortable for a long time. Me and other girls, we've all been uncomfortable, and finally it's flipped around. Other people are now feeling a little bit that discomfort, and it needed to happen. And just the messages girls were sending me, it just ruined it for me. Like
Yeah.
knowing that I'd be playing a gig and some girls might never come back to my show ever again because of something that's happened in the crowd. Like that was killing the live music scene for me. And yeah, it needed to be said.
Yeah, definitely. Now I've had like a lot of gig experience. Like I've been going to shows since I was like 11, and I know like I always go in the mosh pit and I love it. And
Mm-hmm.
people feel like obliged like to take it upon themselves to like have a word with me or be like that is not safe, or even physically pull me out of things. And it's like, I know what I'm doing. Like I've been in some sketchy situations, but I'm really good at like ducking and weaving and like being in the
Yeah.
right little spot where I can dance. And I'm quite aware of like my own thing. So I just found it really annoying that people were like, don't be in this spot. Don't like, I'm going to physically move you. Or even like on
Mm-hmm.
stage as a drummer, like I had a guy like say to me in front of a bunch of people, like, oh, it's so cool when you drum because your tits jiggle. And
What? Oh
like
my
in
God.
like and
Jesus
I was
Christ.
mortified because I was just
Yeah.
like, I'm up there being a fucking musician, like
Mm-hmm.
trying here, like actually being learning these songs and like putting heart and soul into them. And
Uh-huh.
that's what people are thinking and like sniggering about. Like that just
Uh-huh.
it really like made me feel so embarrassed.
Oh. You should have pushed your drumsticks into his eyes. Oh, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I had a man tell me to lose my guitar. After a gig, he was whispering in my ear, and he's like, when you have the guitar, it's just really distracting me from your outfit. Like, you're wearing such a pretty outfit and I can't see it because your guitar's in the way. And I'm like, I write every single song on this guitar. I wrote all of the songs for my band, and you want me to just be a singer? That's what you're saying. And you know, it's just small comments. They're drunk most of the time. The men are drunk saying it. They don't even remember what they've said or feel like they're offending you at all, and you're just like, you know, thanks.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And DJing as well, people are like, do you want to go on a date? Or like they'll sit on the stage after the show
Oh
while
my
I'm
God.
packing down, and I'm like, I don't want to have to bring a guy with me. Like, I want to do my shows on my own. I can pack down my gear on my own and drive myself. Like that's
Yeah.
fine. But like the odd experience with some like lechy guys is makes you question it. Like, am I safe doing this? It's
Yeah,
not fair.
definitely. When I played a gig, where was I now? I forgot where I were, but I remember I played a gig. It was a really it was a wild night, and there was so many drunk men in the venue, and I had to stop the show at one point because there were two men, and they started to like do a wall of death, just two men in the middle of the venue, and they just flew all these like young girls just like fell
Oh
to the
no.
floor. So the girls locked eyes with me like, say something, do something, and then I just like had to say down the mic, can we just be a bit more careful? I know like it's punk rock, we're just trying to have fun, but like just be more careful. And this kept happening, and then they get worse and worse and worse, like on purpose to piss me off. And the venue had no security, like no one could
Oh
help
no.
me. It was just me on the microphone trying to control people, and I just sometimes the venues have no security, and then I feel like I'm not safe to stand up for myself, because if anything kicks off, like it would just be the most embarrassing thing for me on stage.
Yeah, no, it is crazy. And I love Bikini Kill's Girls to the Front
Yes.
movement. Um,
Yes.
that's something that was going on in like the mid 90s, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, just getting all those girls like to come to the front barrier like made everybody just enjoy themselves more. And it's something that I love when I go to a gig. So I just think, yeah, I'm short, like let me in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've said that a few times when I play gigs.
Cool.
I notice it instantly. It's usually a barrier of older guys with cameras, which, you know, for the first few songs, it's okay. But then when it's just a photo shoot the whole way through, I'm like, I try and word it in a way that's not going to offend, which is really hard. And just say, right, this next song, I want all the girls to come forward. Like, come on, where are all my girls? Let's all come to the front. And then people don't move. And it's just this really awkward thing where it's like, how can you listen to my lyrics and hear what I'm singing about, but then not make way for women to like be front center? It's just, it's a hard conversation to have, but I think people are finally having that conversation, which is good.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I wanted to ask you a little bit about like the vegan, vegetarian thing, because I know that you started out as a veggie, and now you progressed to vegan. Is that right?
Yep.
So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like for me, like I've been a veggie since I was like 16. It happened like on a trip to India. It sounds a bit far out, but it was like a school trip, and I
Yeah.
saw this goat like get killed in front of me, and it was just like
Oh my
I
God.
I was like in bits, and I was like, I could never do that. So I don't want to eat meat anymore because it's just not in me to
Mm-hmm.
hunt and gather. I'm not like, if it was came down to that, I would eat the leaves. So then
Yeah.
I educated myself, being part of the punk scene. I was just like really into crass and all these bands saying like vegetarian, like care, be ethical, care about
Mm-hmm.
the planet. It's good for the
Yeah.
planet, good for the animals, it's good for us. Yeah, tell me your story.
Where does it begin? I can't remember it. Well, me as a person, I've always been very imaginative. I always give things feelings. Like, I feel sorry for teddy bears if I see them at the side of the road. I like look at a teddy bear and I'm like, oh, can we go and get it? And my mum's like, Lauren, it's not real. It's not real. Just stop giving things emotion. And that, like, as a kid, I'd play with everything. Like, two little pens. I'd be making them have conversations. So then it was just so obvious to me, like as I got older, that I'd been hypocritical in the way that I felt inside when it came to animals. Like I loved going to the farm, and I loved the animals. I loved animals more than people. And then I was on Tumblr, and I found a girl's Tumblr, and it was just these horrible videos of animals being killed and like slaughtered in slaughterhouses. And I was just so angry. I think I was angry because no one had just made it obvious to me. No one had pinned me down and just said, why can you love going to the farm but then hate the fact that you then go and eat the burger that comes out the other side? And it was like an overnight decision to go vegetarian. Then a few more years passed, and I knew deep down I should have gone vegan, but my mum was like, Lauren, you're not going vegan, it's too hard, like you can't do it. And I thought I couldn't do it. I thought, I love cheese, I can't do it, and all of these things, I'll have to give them up. But there was at the time I had a bass player, and she was vegan, and being on tour with her, I just felt so guilty. I was like I can't, I'm no longer the only vegetarian. I'm now the vegetarian. She's the vegan. And I thought that was the kick up the butt. And I decided, so it's been 7 years now I've been vegan.
Amazing. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you feel like, I mean, I watched a bunch of documentaries. Netflix is so good for I watched The Game Changer and like Forks Over Knives, and just looking at all these athletes who have been told their whole life, you've got to eat meat to be like this level of fitness or this level of muscle and weight gain. And then they actually go vegan and they're just like, I am literally breaking every record I've ever had for myself. It is actually like a huge perpetuated lie, isn't it, that meat can make you have energy and like fit and healthy. It's actually scary.
Definitely.
We just believe the marketing.
And milk as well. It's like bred into you that milk makes your bones strong and meat makes you strong. And it's this strength, this word that was told all the time, that we're weak and we need to be strong. And when you actually look at what's in meats, and then you look at what's in plants, and you can get the same, if not more, from plants if you eat properly. Most of the time, people that judge you and say, oh, if you go vegetarian, you're basically going to die. If you looked at their diet of like McDonald's and what they put in their bodies, it's like no one's perfect.
And with the cattle as well, because we're not literally, no one's been hunter-gatherer like style for so long. We're not going in the ocean and getting our own fish. We're like collecting the animals, pushing them through a grinder and just packaging them up. Not me, obviously. But because of that, there's been so many problems with the cattle that they have to like pump them full of like forgot the word now.
Antibiotics,
B12 antibiotics, like vitamins. They're so deficient in all this stuff, and all of that goes into your diet without realizing it. So I'm just like wondering why this next generation is like an extra foot taller than me, and I'm like, are you full of hormones here? Okay, so a little bit about like where it started for you. So at age 12, is that right?
Yeah.
So you gained like millions of views for your like rock and pop covers. So tell me about like the turning point there.
So it was me and my mum that started it out. She just got a camera, and I just sang Pink songs. Basically, I just sang the songs like Pink, just like Pink all the time. That's all I sang. But she filmed me,
Pink, and Pink.
And I got, my views were so small for like a year of like, oh my god, we've hit 100 views. And people at school used to make fun of me because they'd find my videos, and then like that was so embarrassing. And we're always, is it worth it to put my videos out if I know people at school are going to see them and laugh? Like, yes, it was worth it. But it was
horrible,
when,
isn't it?
It was when I did the Led Zeppelin cover. I decided to do that one, and all of my dad's friends were sharing it, and all the older guys liked it. And like, I think that gained me the respect of rock listeners. Like classic rock guys were just like, yes. And then that one blew up. I mean, it did take a few years. I think it went viral in Brazil, but someone re-uploaded my video. So everybody in the comments were going, who is this girl? So I was going through like, me, go and follow me. Because it was like a face to a song and they'd not tagged me. But yeah, now I think that was at 3 million or something.
Wow.
3 million views, which is crazy. I thought that it would feel like something. Like you always dream that you're going to get that kind of view. And then I just looked the other day and I was like, I didn't even know. I took my eyes off that for so long. I look back and I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
That is really cool. So you've been called like brat punk, and you've described your music as like Cardi B fronting Slipknot, which is a pretty drastic image. But yeah, like tell me a bit about how that all comes together, like how you meld the genres, I guess.
Well, I don't know if anyone's used brat punk before. I'm not sure. I don't really know why I called it that. It fitted. So the punk element, I always say it's punk influenced hip hop music. And I guess that's from the way that I use the beats in the songs. I don't use live drums. I use beats, which means I can just like pretty much make it whatever I want in the studio. I don't need any live musicians. And then like a lot of vocals are rap, which is new to me as well. I just started rapping last year. And I feel like the reason I rap is because it's not because it's cool. It's because I can get so much words out. And just it's a challenge. It's so new to me. It's just a challenge to push myself, because past few years I've just not been pushing myself with what I do, because I'm like, I do what I do. This is new though. This is new and I'm challenging myself. And then I play the bass and I play guitar on my music, so that's like the punk element. And the screaming, I also do scream vocals, and I blended them together. So I just thought it's punk influenced hip hop. I'm like a Bratz doll. I'm like, this is what I want it to be like. I want to be like a Bratz doll. It's all about the look is really important. The visuals are really important, blending with the sassiness and the punk attitude. I want to create something completely new using all of the influences that's inspired me so far. And then that's when I was like, it's brat punk. That's what it is.
It's amazing. So you play the bass, you sing, you write your own songs, and you do your own music videos, and you got your own image. Like how long did it take to put together the Delilah Bon image, and like why did you break away from Lauren Tate with this?
I think, well,
does it like give you an extra level of like power that maybe like your personal name would like be a bit shy about certain aspects, and this character is like a bit more out there?
Yeah, I always do this. Because I thought it can't be Lauren Tate, because it doesn't match anything I've done before. It doesn't match my Songs for Sad Girls album. That's a different thing. And also I want to keep that avenue open if I decide to do anything Lauren Tate again. And it was just really obvious. I was like, I need to rebrand myself. I could already tell that I was becoming more feminine anyway in my life, because I've been very like when I was younger, I was really androgynous, where I used to dress, and then very punk, and then rock chick, all this. And then I just started to dress more like, I don't know, a pop star. I enjoyed it, because I've not been able to dress like this before, because I guess people judge you instantly in the rock scene. If you're dressed like a pop star, it's like, why is she dressing like that? But then she's screaming and playing guitar. It's like, aren't you supposed to be a rock chick? I've had that before. People saying they were surprised that I dress the way I dress because of how I sing. So yeah, rebranding is fun, is exciting, and I just wanted to just push myself.
Yeah, definitely. No, I've had the same thing. I remember like I was at ACM, which is like a music academy in Guildford, and everyone there was super like expressive and very open and like encouraging. So I was developing this style for myself. I had like big hair and I had all these ripped punk clothes, and everyone was like, "You go Paula," and it was really nice. And then I went to uni, and it was like what is this? The drummer look? And people like sniggering at me. And I was like,
What?
did I just go back to school? Like, it was so
Mhm.
weird to just be put in a different environment and be like judged again. I was like, no.
I know.
So I wanted to ask you a little bit about the videos, because I've heard, like, I had a look on your Instagram and you said that you were painting sets. Like earlier, you said you spent
Yeah.
like 5 days on a video. I mean, that sounds amazing. Like, tell us a bit about like behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes starts in my head, and I have
Storyboard.
these yeah, I have these big ideas, and it happens as I'm writing a song. So I'll be writing a song and I've already imagined the video. I already know what it's going to be. And then my mum films all my videos, so I go and tell her my ideas. And then I eventually realize, oh my, I don't have £1,000,000 to make these videos. So it's just, let's DIY it. Let's build a cube. So I use plywood that I built into a cube, which is in my garage. And then I paint it for every single video. I paint it a different color. For this video that I've just filmed, I painted it 4 times entirely myself. So I'm filming all day, and then at nighttime I've got the roller out, painting the next coat, film again, paint, and it's hard work, but this is the only way at my budget and my level I'm gonna get videos like that are in my head. So yeah.
Wicked. And the clothes as well, like you kind of, from my perspective, have like a 90s thing, but also the punk thing, and a bit of like Japanese kind of Lolita doll thing as well.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
would you agree with that?
Yeah, I do. I think the Lolita style, I still like it, but I don't dress that much. It's kind of a Hands Off Gretel thing. It's turned into the Hands Off Gretel style, that I wear the cute little dresses. I just wanted to look as cute as possible. So when I screamed, people were like, what the hell?
Epic. So are you going to carry on with the band?
Yeah, we have the tour. September into December, we have tour dates, and we also have some festival dates too. We have a big tour. You can find out all of that on the handsofgretel.co.uk website. That's the best place to go.
So yeah, just like quickly, the difference between the band and your solo career. Like, I've like been a drummer and I've been a DJ, so I know how much easier it is to like steam ahead when you haven't got to worry about everyone's opinion. Like, do you find that you're progressing faster with your solo stuff right now?
I think like it's both so different. I've done the band for 6 years. I've done the band, and it's been my first proper go at music has been Hands Off Gretel. So like, you know, being in the studio with them is completely different to being alone, because back then I wouldn't have been able to do this because I didn't have all of the experience that I've had being in the band and being next to a producer and thinking, if I was the producer, I wouldn't do that. But then now it's like I am the producer, so I can make error and I can do what I want and no one has to hear my mistakes. And I like that. But I don't know, it's been nice having a change, but I do enjoy being in the studio with the band. I think that's an exciting experience, and also hearing their ideas and watching a song transform as a group is fun, but then also creatively doing it on my own is really easy. Like, I don't ever disagree with anyone. I don't disagree with anyone, and I have just all of the time in the world. I can just decide, you know what, tonight I'm going to write a song, or I've written that song, I changed my mind, I'm going to delete it and I'm going to do this. Whereas with the band, it's like you've got to practice it, you've got to really give it lots of time, and you can't just really delete something if you change your mind. Well, you can, but it's a little bit harder.
Do you want to just give us where you can get your merch, what's coming out soon, and where people can go and find out about you?
By now I can tell you the album date as well.
Ooh, exclusive.
So I could do that, right?
Do it.
Yeah, okay. So my debut album, Delilah Bon debut, will be coming out on the 21st of May. I'm so excited for that. And the pre-order is up now. You can go to my website, delilahbon.co.uk, and pre-order it. I've got vinyl and lots of new merch. Yes.
Epic. Yeah, so you heard the lady, go get it. Thanks so
Yes.
much for being on the show. It's been a really nice experience chatting to you. And
Oh, thank you. You as well.
Hey guys, DJ Paula Frost here from Way Out Radio, the one and only punk and reggae station, broadcasting every week. Go to wayoutradio.com for more. So I just want to tell you guys about the brand new fan club we've just launched. It's absolutely amazing. You can choose from contributing £5, £10 or £20 per month to keep the station alive, pay our guests handsomely, and keep music money in the musician's pocket and in the punk world and in the reggae world. So find out more about that at wayoutradio.com. Thank you very much.